What's up, people? Welcome to your place for news, sports, entertainment, fire, optics, podcast. We're back once again. It is January, I don't know why I'm saying the date tonight, but oh well, 18th, 2021. We got, usual business going on, world pandemic, insurrections, Russian spies, or people passing information to the Russians, congressional women trying to get people's dirt, and their mamas calling people nigger at the rise. Just all kinds of normal stuff for 2021. But anyway, I just hopped right onto it. First, let's introduce myself. Kensei Nick's old son. I got my man James over here.
What's going on, family? Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification button.
Definitely take a couple of seconds to do that. Freako.
Hey everyone, how are you? Hola.
That was whack. And last but not least.
What is up, everybody? How y'all doing today?
So we got Capitol Hill stuff. We're just digging deeper and deeper into that rabbit hole and just finding out more and more shenanigans. Freako, Daniel, y'all want to start it off with your little tidbits of information you all picked up on?
Tidbits of information. We talking about the Capitol Hill?
Yes, sir. And just a little, I just want you all to be able to bounce, because I'm not as familiar with it as you two. So I just want you to just bounce off of each other as far as the things that we've learned since the last podcast, as far as how deep this really goes.
Okay, so let's say how deep this really goes. So what I was finding out is that there was a senator named Boebert who was giving tours around, and they had already got rid of tours a while ago since the outbreak of COVID. So I guess it's got to see why she was giving out tours. And that's what's being said. I haven't seen any concrete anything, but like one of the senators did come out and say, or House Republican did say, that there was tours given out by Boebert.
Wait. I didn't even think about that. Hold on. They haven't been giving out tours lately?
No, they haven't been giving out tours. They canceled them since the outbreak.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a real sabotage now. This is a real setup now. Oh.
And not only that, apparently they took out the buttons, the emergency buttons. I guess if something was to happen, you push the button, they ripped those out too.
I heard about that.
Yeah. And the only thing I can add is that, there's evidence coming out that there were people, the congressional members that were voted in, that were working with some of these groups behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. And that's a little scary, in the sense that, like, if you're talking about a coup that's being organized by powerful people, that kind of fits the definition.
And and you sit here and say, because they're also saying they can't trust their Republican counterparts because of what happened. Like they installed metal detectors. They installed metal detectors, and the same politician Boebert, she was trying to fight to not go through the metal detector. They was thinking, because I think she was ain't she the congresswoman who said she wanted to bring her gun into Congress?
Yeah.
So
now I know you're talking about.
And there's speculation. Yeah, and there's speculation that her mom was the one that was yelling all these.
So this wench been crazy.
Yeah.
I called the B word. I said wench, ladies and gentlemen.
And
I'm trying to be nice. Go ahead, Freako. My bad.
No, just saying that there's a speculation that it's her mom that was the one in the bullhorn, because it looks exactly like a video she posted like last year, a MAGA video, where she was also super racist. So
it's safe to say that the tentacles of white supremacy run deep.
Always ran deep.
Oh,
always
deeper than I knew.
What was
that? That was a layup for you. I said deeper than I knew, so because I knew you were going to say what?
The
tentacles are deep. And the tentacles are deep, and it's fucked up. And I think hopefully a lot more people are realizing what's really going on. If they just look at two pictures of what would happen if the other side was doing the same thing and versus what happened, you would think
What if they already know what's going on?
You would think that logic would prevail. With people that don't know, I'm saying.
What if they already know what's going on?
Then it's just evil shit.
I mean, go ahead, James.
I mean, I told you so. I told you so. I mean, look, to me, this goes, I think we'll find out it's even deeper than we expect. You know, it's either two things. There's one side that's really, really crazy and really, really white supremacy, or to me, all of them are. And
dude, it runs deep, James, because the president was insider number one.
Look, this is what I'm gonna say, right? And this is where I'm tired of telling people I told you so, right? I'm not sure that Biden and them ain't on this shit to make his case even stronger or to get what he wants. Or they just playing us all for fools. You see what I'm saying? Because when you look at, the more I look at it and the more I hear, I'm like, yo, I know how the operations work out there, right? And you just can't walk up there. You can't even bring a bag into the damn Capitol building, right? Unless you officially work there, right? And as tight as security is in DC, period, you let something like this happen. This just wasn't a one-side thing to me. That's just how I look at it.
I agree.
This is well orchestrated on both sides.
You know how much liquor was in their jackets?
Huh?
There's a lot of liquor in the jackets. They had like all these flasks.
Oh yeah.
The entire time, just get fucked up.
And then we look at these people, the guy who had the zip ties, everybody dressed in military uniform. Like they came there for that purpose. Secondly, when you're giving somebody a tour, right? That's not some shit you just overlook.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if I'm a Democrat in the building and I see you walking around with 5-6 people with you showing them around, and we ain't had no tours the whole damn time we've been under COVID, I'm like, man, what the hell you doing? You
And
know?
I'm surprised there hasn't even been any camera footage put out neither.
I mean, there was a video of them in there talking. They shared, I shared it in the chat. Somebody shared it in the chat.
Yeah.
Some of this footage is ridiculous.
Yeah, when you look at some of that footage, and we'll share it with you, Dan. And see, that's another thing that gets me, like, what you call it, thinking.
No, I mean by like, shouldn't the building have like security cameras or something like that? If there was with the tours, they should have been able to look through security cameras. Like
exactly. And that's why you make a good point. That's why I'm like, this shit ain't, to me, it's just something really, really fishy going on. Because you're right, there's cameras everywhere in DC. Like this camera, they can pick up your driver license. They can find all these people, the Unabombers, and all these people floating around all these places. You mean tell me you can't look and see who came in the Capitol building that day, and then say, "Oh, you was also here for this damn riot," and then put two and two together and see who was leading? Like they could do that in a day. You know what I'm saying? The fact that they're not putting two and two together is alarming. And so, but I go back to what I said during the George Floyd thing. This is a white on white issue. And either they're playing us or they're finding out that their people are really crazy. And so I don't know which one it is. We'll find out more information. But to me, it's something so fishy that it's hard for me to believe that it ain't 100% a game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got people taking documents. Like he almost put Hillary Clinton in jail for some emails. You got these dudes in here taking documents and notebooks and computers. If they do the Russians, and half these people already out of jail. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
If they take anything seriously, they should be charged with treason. If they don't take it seriously, they're gonna be people that commit treason and they think they can get away with it.
What I didn't understand when I was watching that video, man, is the cops, right? And how they was just like pushing the thing, pushing the little rail and running, looking all flustered. And I'm like, dude, man, where is that shit that been going on in 2020? Where are them cops at? Them the motherfuckers who should have been out there guarding fucking Capitol building. Shoot them motherfuckers.
And speaking of the cops, I heard there was a story about Mike Pence was reaching out to the cop that the black police officer that drove away the people.
Oh yeah, from the
yeah.
So apparently he was reaching out to him, I guess, to thank him for what he did.
That dude was trying to save his life. They're doing too damn. about the nail congressman. He was trying to save him. It was just him against all the white people, man. Come on.
I don't know. Maybe he knew he knew.
But if he would have shot their asses, he was probably worried about if he shoots them, he gonna go to jail.
It would if they was like if Mike Pence was as far away, if he's like they said he wasn't even that far away. I think if he shot somebody, it probably would have been
Escalated.
no, well for him it would have been justified. Probably.
I don't know. It's a big if. I mean, it should be justified, but I think it's been a big if. You know, I would have been that way. I'd have been like, fuck, I have the right to shoot these motherfuckers, but I don't know. I got a family to get back to.
You don't feel like dealing with all that, man.
Yeah.
For real.
There's also there's a narrative that they're throwing out there where they're saying that half of the protesters were brown and black. I'm like, look at the footage. There's like a couple, but it's all garbage news, man.
So
the footage is the news now. There's no more media to spin things. You look at the footage, you see what you see, and you make a decision.
For one more thing, I don't understand how they let a reporter record all that shit.
I think he was pretending to be MAGA. I think he had like a USA hat on, like a USA or MAGA hat on or something.
Okay, that was easy and wise.
Yeah.
Which is why I have one in my car. But anyway.
I'm going there with an AOC hat on. No way.
It's hard for me to not be very pessimistic about this whole thing. As James was alluding to, is one of those things where either you're in on it or you're too stupid to be able to stop them. So the fact that you let all this happen, everything that we've seen, everything that the aftermath and all that kind of stuff, and the kitty gloves that you're using with these people, for the most part, shows me that there's something's not up, something's not right, something's up, something don't smell right. It is not Frigo, and trust us. When we were telling you earlier this year about certain things that don't, Black people have special noses in America. That's what you do. That's the first thing you need to understand.
Yeah.
We have been trained since pups to sniff out. And on top of that, I don't want to go there. I'm not even going to go there. But let's put it like this. We just have certain instincts, certain antennas. If you really grew up as a Black person in this country and grew up around different kinds of people so that you know how your antenna works being with your people as opposed to being around a group of others. And I'm telling you right now, this has the workings of some deep underlying maniacal kind of BS that you couldn't even think of. That's what I feel about this thing right now.
I mean, I agree. I think like Black folks do have a spidey sense that others don't have because of experience.
Yeah.
Here's another Jussie Smollett. Remember Jussie Smollett? Like Chappelle used to say. Remember, everybody was getting on us. Why aren't you sticking up for him? Blah 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 blah. There's been a couple of times like that where all of Americans point at Black people. Why aren't you all blah blah blah? And I'm telling you, a lot of us right now are like we're not looking at all of white people yet, but we're looking just in that general direction, like with a side eye, like, all right.
Nah, that doesn't sound right there.
Yeah, like how y'all gonna handle this, man? All right, we're watching.
Mm-hmm.
We're watching. We're watching.
You know, because somebody made a good point. There's never been a time in history where the spotlight's just been on them, and everybody's looking at them like, "What you gonna do?" And you know, when somebody, what you call it, is trying to hide something, and then you know, they lie to hide it, and then people still looking at them, so now they got to make a bigger lie, and then all of a sudden they start believing in that damn lie because they've been thinking for so long, and now the whole shit is just so convoluted they don't even know how to get back to the truth. I think that's where these people are at.
Well, James, the gentleman's book, who you put, what was the name of that book you put in the chat, in the group chat earlier?
Oh, Powernomics. That's a good book.
That's Dr. Claude Anderson, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Claude Anderson did an interview with Boyce Watkins.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it was yesterday. And so Claude Anderson's take on much respect to Boyce Watkins for representing the intellectual side of Black men to the highest esteem.
Is it?
And
Yep.
special shout out to Dr. Claude Anderson. I got one of his books in the house as well. But anywho, Dr. Anderson was like, this is not about you. They're going to try to make you the pawn in it. But he was like, they're truly mad because the Electoral College wasn't meant to have them lose.
Mm-hmm.
Electoral College, the basis of it from back then, he was like, we were 3/5 of a person, whatever.
Yeah.
So he wasn't saying it, but what I'm thinking and what I gathered from it was they're really ticked off that, how come you're not letting us cheat these Black people out of their vote? How come you're not letting us do all that shicey stuff we typically get to do? Like
little kids.
Gerrymandering the districts and all that kind of stuff. Why are you trying to? Y'all are just doing this now because you guys want to win, but underneath the covers, it's supposed to be that we get our way. That our votes are supposed to count. Theirs is not, and the end all be all is not supposed to count. And he's like, that's a big underlining current of this whole thing when they say that the vote was not, that they cheated in the vote. That's really what we're talking about.
Yeah, I think that's 100% true. I think they really believe that too.
No, it's the truth. The rioters were saying it. They had cards up talking about, you let the Black people take our country away and take our vote away. That's why as I'm telling everybody, man, strap up, protect your family, because these people are really mad at us, like we did it. And what you call it? It's funny because these places where they lost these major races at, all what you call it, change how they count votes in favor of Trump.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they already had a scandal going on about how are they going to change votes in favor, so it'd be in favor of Trump, right? And they end up still losing. You see what I'm saying? Now, yeah, a part of that is because he got a sister on a ticket. You know what I'm saying? Like Uncle Murder said, we didn't vote for you, we voted for Harris, right? And that may be true, but like Claude Anderson said, we would consider 3/1 of a person. If you look back at it, this is how conniving they are. When elections first happened in America, it was all popular vote. There was no electoral college. It was whoever had the most votes was the president. The second person was the vice president. And that was it. They changed the electoral college so that it can still suppress us and they can find a way to sneak and win. To this day, people still don't understand that process. I mean, electoral college is a tricky process.
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna since
But
I was gonna say, I'm sorry, but I was gonna say, do you think since we have all three houses, you think they're gonna try to abolish the electoral college?
I don't think they will try to abolish it. I think that's too much of a war for them. That's too much of a fight for them. What I do think is going to happen is I do think he's going to add more Supreme Court justices.
Pat the courts is how they say it.
Yeah, because and I tell people this, and your boy Clyde made a good point about this that I didn't think about. He says what Black America don't understand is you've traded a known crazy for a smart crazy, right? So basically, an idiot for a smart crazy. Biden understands the law. You know what I'm saying? And so he has an agenda to create laws. That's what Biden does. He's a law creator. That's what his whole career is about, creating laws. Now we just have to understand who's going to feel the impact of these laws he's about to create. And if he passes the Supreme Court, he's going to get the victory for these really, really controversial laws to be in the country. Now, is it going to affect us? Is it going to harm us like his laws did, his whole career? We don't know. We hope not. But again, we've just let a Trojan horse into our community, thinking that he was going to be, better for us. And you look at it, what's his number one agenda now? When it was supposed to be about racism, right? Now it's the immigration. We're not even on his agenda for this whole first year. If you look at his agenda, so now immigration and what do you say? Reestablishing, or basically we need to give them money to get back on their feet because of the DACA and the kids being separated from their parents and all that stuff. That's his main goal right now. So you understand why Black Twitter and everybody's mad right now. Like, yo, why are you talking about immigrants who we don't even know need to be here or not? When we have racism as a problem in America, you basically just shut it down for us for this whole 2021. So, it's a lot of food for thought there, but.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I'll say regarding the Capitol, last thing I want to say, and this is it's kind of funny, but I should give credit to the person on Twitter that actually said this, but the My Pillow guy that was inciting the riots, dude should have given the National Guard those pillows. He was, they're all laying on the floor. Give them the pillows, asshole.
Yo, Russ like your pillow, man.
No, but seriously, he's not a true patriot.
Oh, and Frico, here's the biggest point of pessimism I have. Just in terms of data, what did Biden won 53% to 47%? That's being generous. It was about there, right, Frico?
Yeah. I think it was 52, 49, something like
that. So and Trump got about 70 million votes.
I think 70s are close.
Okay, roughly half of those are probably going to be down with him for whatever. So that's about 35 million crazies you got running around out here.
Yeah, I hope the other half just abandons them, but I don't know.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
if you look
be
at
prepared.
it, we had the guy who got caught, right, with a fake inauguration ticket, right, with 500 rounds of ammo. You know what I'm saying? And this is just one guy, And to me, I don't understand why they even have the inauguration. And I know you say Ken for tradition, but dude, obviously the dude was serious about planning out whatever he was going to plan out. They already stormed your Capitol. These crazies already showing you that they about it. You still gonna put yourself in harm's way. So to me, it's kind of like, yo, why do you think you're above getting touched?
Well, I don't want to say, I don't want to say is that he's above being touched, but I mean the fact, how they say, when stuff happens, you don't show them that you're scared or intimidated, or we're not going to show that we're scared in front of people. I think it's something more along that line, because if you sit here and say, oh, I'm not going to have an inauguration because of such and such, such and such, such and such, you let them win and they got what they wanted. You know what I mean?
Boy, almost said erection.
Almost said erection.
Oh, you're right. They're gonna call him a pussy for not.
Yeah, basically. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Know that, man. But
James, you know it. You know it does come down to that. It's just saving face. That's all it really is. It's no, I'm not going to be the first president ever to back down and do whatever. And they don't want him to, for the most part. A lot of Americans would feel a certain kind of way, and people all over the world. We're already looking kind of like food. America's looking like barbecue chicken right now all over the world, to be honest with you people.
Yeah.
That worries me as well. As much as all the COVID and those numbers continue to increase and this Capitol Hill thing, we are looking like barbecue chicken. And
right. You saw what I sent about Israel, what they said.
What they say?
That America is in collapse and we need to fill the vacuum. You know, so you already got countries who take a lot of money from us. Talk about now they need to step up and take our spot. You know, so
That's what they've always been since 1945.
48.
48. They've been working on a way to get back whatever quote unquote power they think Russia wants to be quote unquote back on top again, even though they never were. China wants to be quote unquote back on top again, even though they actually were for the Ming Dynasty, a couple other dynasties, but that was way back in the day. I think this stuff, things happen fast. Empires come and they go, and we've only been around for 300 years, maybe.
Yeah, we're around about 450, 500. So
I mean, like as an actual nation state.
yeah, I mean, you're right. Nothing lasts forever. So, but
And they're going to seize on this, and they know it because they experienced it. And we are kind of like the babies in terms of nation states, even though we have the most power right now. But they're looking to take it, man, and that's the fact. And Russia and China are right there.
Yeah, they're having their own problems too, though. So,
but they are able to deal with their problems in a way that we can't.
I mean, we don't see it, but the other side of the world, they're catching hell right now. A lot of stuff going on.
They're going through some of the same stuff.
I mean, they just, you know, they catching a lot of natural disasters, a lot of places right now. So
They're,
you know,
they're also seeing weakness in us.
You know, we just not paying attention to the rest of the world. That's all.
Yeah.
So it's crazy everywhere, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of crazy, Kyrie Irving has taken over the news in sports this week. So we had that big trade last week. And actually, you know what? I don't want to go to Kyrie's crazy butt yet because I want to leave that all into sports, all in one round. So before we get into sports, we covered news. Was there anything in entertainment besides Wackavision that you guys want to talk about? Was there anything else? Because once we get to that, okay, so.
Let's get to that bullshit.
What?
Wait, before we even, wait.
We can talk about the Hot Pockets.
Before we even get into it, I'm going to let Daniel set it up. And I want him right now to try to convince the audience of why they should try to watch this show and watch. Whatever come out his mouth is going to have nothing to do with the show. watch this. Go, Daniel. Try to convince us.
So I feel like, because the first two episodes ain't what I thought it was supposed to be. But I'm saying, like, you know, it probably just has a slow start. But it's probably
tell the audience what happened the first couple of episodes, though.
Well, I don't want to. Well, basically, it's all about, you know, we're all just talking about WandaVision. You know, they're going for like the old time set, like Bewitched and what's the other show?
I Love Lucy.
Yeah, I Love Lucy. Bewitched and I Love Lucy. They're I feel like they're taking it slow, and then they're just like, I feel like the show is gonna be good. Okay.
But what happened the first two shows? That's all I'm asking.
I mean,
they met some neighbors, I think.
Yeah, they met some neighbors. They threw a dinner for a boss, and they did like a magic show, and he ate some bubble gum, and it messed
Did you hear
him
this
up
dumb shit that just came out? You met some neighbors. They had a dinner party. They chewed some bubble gum. What in the world is going on with this?
I thought there was going to be some superhero shit in this, like killing and fighting. And
I think it is towards the end of the series. I think what they're trying to do is connect the parallel universe. I think they're trapped right now into these different universes. Well, not trapped in a different universe, but trapped in different time.
Yes.
Time periods, right? The shit.
So that means we got to be trapped with you, huh? Yeah. So we got to be trapped too.
Look,
I'm just saying,
viewers.
You can lose viewers after those.
Hey, I'm not talking about your cousin or anything, man. Right?
I'm saying you can lose viewers from if they think that's what the show's going to be about.
Ding dong, ding dong. Okay, Daniel, let me say one thing. Let me say one thing that I've already said to you and your wife earlier today. They could have done these first two shows in a 5-minute rewind of time for the first episode. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this is what's been happening. And they could have done one of those musical thing, not musicals, but have a song going on in the background. What do they call that? Freako, you know film. What do they call it when they have the music going on in the background and they're showing you an eclipse of time? Montage. There you go.
Montage. I don't know.
That's all you had to do for these first 2 episodes. I don't care about. What's up?
Better yet, they could have had some big fight or show why they got how they got there.
Exactly.
You know, and then
something.
You know, how they coming out of it or what they're doing, who they hiding from or whatever.
This don't make no sense, man. It does not make any sense.
It piqued my interest. Like I'm a finish the show.
It piqued your what?
It piqued my interest.
How? With what happened?
It just piqued my interest. I'm like, you know what?
I know what happened. His wife like it.
No, you sound like Ted Cruz. You sound like Lindsey Graham. You sound like Donald Trump Jr. right now.
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna wait till we're like maybe 5 episodes in, and then if it doesn't get good, then I might have to just say, okay, it may not get better.
Look, Jay, COVID is just gonna go away in a few months. You watch. I gotta finish this one out, man, because like I know it started off bad though, but it can't be bad all the way through.
Well, let me know when it gets good, because I'll start watching.
Okay.
Exactly. Freako, that's the key. Why are they doing this?
It is a waste of time. Like the first 2 episodes, for me, you're not setting up anything.
You're not setting up a damn thing.
Some people like this shit though. Some people like this shit.
Huh?
Some people like this shit.
People that like. I love
some abstract, weird ass shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I'm sure a couple of people do, but nothing happened that leads you into in the first episode. Is there anything that leads you further into the plot at all? I didn't watch the second episode. I just fast forwarded through. I was like, I'm not stopping to watch this.
Well, old girls having visions or something like that. You know, that's and then on the. And if y'all didn't notice, if you look at the watch that they was trying to sell, it had the Hydra symbol on there. So I'm like, okay, this has something to do with Hydra.
Okay, so I'll say this in Daniel's defense. I think that first neighbor is evil. The one with the dark hair.
The chick? Okay.
She might be like a part of this whole situation that they're creating with.
You know what? I only watched 10 minutes and turn that shit off. Before I'll be critical about it, I'll take your advice, Daniel. I'm gonna give it 3 episodes.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give it 3 episodes, and
I'm
gonna
don't give it 2 because you won't watch again. Give it 3.
Because you never know. Who knows? Those 2 episodes might have just been them having fun or something. Like, hey man, let's just let's take it easy these first 2 episodes, and then we're gonna hit them with the 3rd and the 4th, and like you never know. Like there's plenty of shows that had a
Daniel, why are you defending this bull crap? Because here's the problem. When someone intelligent like you defends this nonsense, it makes them think that they can do it again in the future. Daniel liked it. Look, we're getting these great comments from this black guy, Daniel. He loved it. He thought it was wonderful. We should do the same thing again on the next show. No, don't nobody want to see it. You didn't like that crap. Don't stand up for it. They need to go ahead, at the very least, lead something to the plot, some kind of clue. It didn't even have to be action.
No, someone needs to
show us something. Nothing piqued my interest, man, about the first episode or the second. Like nothing made me say, oh, okay, I do need to come back next week so I can see what happens with this. Like it doesn't have to be all violent and stuff, man, but give some kind of breadcrumb. Don't just, because here's what I feel like. Don't just go off the strength of your rep thinking that that's good enough, because it's not.
That's what they've been doing.
I mean, think about it like this, man. I can't remember an episode of The Mando that I didn't like.
there was maybe one. But look at that. Maybe one. Maybe.
I mean, even the last episode left me wanting more. Like I could care less. I mean, Boba Fett, he's gonna be good. That's gonna be a good.
Yes.
But I still want to see what happens to the original Mando. You know what I'm saying? That's how good that shit was.
Or Daniel, they should do this. Between what they got going on in this 1950s land, but go over here to where whoever they're supposed to be facing later on, or some kind of semblance that's within the Marvel universe that's intriguing, that's gonna keep your viewer like, okay, I see where, go back and forth just to stay in that lane the whole time and crack these corny ass old school jokes.
The laugh tracks.
Yeah, with laugh tracks and stuff.
But
I got you. I'm gonna give you
next episode. I'm gonna give them a few more episodes too. I'm gonna fast forward it.
I'm definitely gonna watch. Whenever Daniel tells me I can finally watch, that's when I'm going. I'm not doing it.
There's potential in that show. But
so is that show gonna turn y'all off of the mini shows that's supposed to come out too, or?
See, it will make me think twice.
If it bothers, it makes you think that they're running thin on content.
It does make me think twice, Daniel. It does make me think, okay, I'm not just gonna check out whatever show Marvel puts out there. Now I am gonna be more selective in which one I want to view, because if it's not appealing to me, they're just gonna make it garbage as hell. So I may as well just stick to whatever characters that I really want to see. So yeah, in the long run, that's why I do think they're effing up. You can't take people's time for granted. And that's what Rico, didn't you feel like the same way? Like y'all are literally sitting here wasting my time right now.
I had the fast forward button on like you did. But I was hoping something crazy would happen. Like
you don't understand that most of these, it's only a very select few of comics that were very good. Most of the 90% of the comics were trash. You know what I'm saying? So it's only a select few that people were like, yo, this is a good comic. You know what I mean? So and the one that was, excellent was the Avengers. But they ran that shit for 10 years and it's done. You know what I mean? So I think
let's even look at the series though. The Boys is fire.
Yeah, that's good.
Fire.
Like yeah.
What else, Daniel? What are some more comic book television shows that have been out recently? Maybe that's it.
Well, no, because then are we just talking about just Marvel or we're talking about DC too?
Just period. Just because that's your comp. That's your comparison. That's your.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I think if most of those shows weren't on the CW, they'd probably be a lot better. Like the Flash.
What am I saying? Black Lightning.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch Black Lightning than this crap. And I heard Black Lightning is not even that.
That's why I said if it wasn't on the CW and if they went to a streaming service, it'll probably be better. But CW, you can't just
the joint on James, the joint on HBO, with Regina King. You guys know what I'm talking about, with the big blue dude, the blue naked guy.
Yeah.
Mr. Manhattan. Watchmen. There we go. Watchmen.
Hello, James.
You talking about Watchmen?
Yeah, the Watchmen. That's another comic book too. That I didn't even like the Watchmen like that, but it had me be like, okay, I got to see what's going to happen on the next episode. Like that should be the goal of at least a lot of these series. At least get the viewer to want to see what, even if they think it's trash, get them at least intrigued enough that they're going to want to see what happens. Because that happens to us. You guys know you watch some shit. You're like, damn it.
Now, is Watchmen good?
Huh?
Is Watchmen good? Because I didn't know if I need to watch it.
I didn't like the Watchmen like that.
I think it's worth watching.
Okay, see, Frigo did. But I will say,
I think it's worth watching.
I'll say it's worth watching.
Okay.
It's worth watching. But this ain't.
I'm like, man, my time is very, very selective, man. My time is like, if I give it 30 minutes, man, I feel like I lost a day. So that shit's got to be good.
Oh, I got another one for y'all though. Go ahead, Daniel, and then I'll tell you.
I was gonna say, has anybody watched that Anthony Mackie movie on Netflix that just came out?
I was gonna name it. It's got him and the guy from Ken, you know that show where they have this version of Ricky Ross.
I'm about to find
in LA. You know, like the drug dealing in LA, like when coke became crack, etc.
You talking about Snowfall?
Yeah, so Snowfall, that guy is in the show in that movie.
Oh.
Him and Anthony Mackie.
Okay, the black guy that's British in real life?
Yeah. Him and Anthony Mackie are the ones in that movie.
Okay. That's the one I've seen the previews for, because it comes up on Netflix when you bring it up, right? But
yeah,
what did you say about it? Has anybody watched it? Oh, Night Stalker, is that it?
No, it's called Outside the Wire.
Outside the Wire.
Oh, yeah, they got good reviews. Yeah.
It got good
there
reviews.
We go, people.
Well,
it got good reviews.
I won't say nothing about it. Y'all gotta watch it, and we gotta talk about that one.
So we talk about it next week. I didn't watch it yet. Was it good?
So no, I won't. No, I'm not gonna say it's not good.
Which one was better, that or WandaVision?
If you gotta think about it, I ain't watching that shit.
No.
Exactly.
No, y'all gotta watch it, and then when y'all watch it, I'll explain to you what I was thinking about it. Like just watch it, and we can talk about it. Cause
is it good or not? No. Okay. Next.
No.
The only thing that paused me on watching that is I don't like him as a lead actor. What's the guy?
Falcon. You don't like Falcon as a lead actor?
Falcon as a lead actor, man. This is like he's just missing a step or something. To me, you know what I'm saying? But it's not. What you got to understand is he's being a lead actor is such a competitive role. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like this, right? I want to see the new Denzel movie when it come out, right? The little thing, right? But what has me wanting to see it is the clips I see him acting. Like Denzel's such a good actor, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to know. I'm already into it because of the trailer, because of his acting skills. I didn't feel that way when I watched the trailer for that. I'm just like, he's gonna need a supporting cast to carry him on that one.
So are you gonna watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier when they get their show out?
I want to see more of the trailer and see who else is in it. Because again, I don't like him as an actor. Now I'll watch it because I like the Avenger family. You know what I'm saying? And what you call it? Like you got Chad. You got the Black Panther guy, right?
Chadwick Boseman. Or we talk about Killmonger.
Yeah, and Killmonger, right? But I watched what you call it, the movie where he closed all the bridges down.
21.
Good actor, you know what I'm saying? And so I forgot what it was called, 9 Bridges or something like that.
9 Bridges or 21 Bridges.
21 Bridges,
one of them.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying, right? But you know what I'm saying? I watched it because his acting skills were so there. You know what I mean? This guy just seems like he's being
forgettable. He's forgettable.
Yeah. He feel like he's just being himself on TV instead of acting the role, playing the role. You know what I mean? And so, but I'm gonna watch it because I'm a fan of the what you call it, Marvel series. But
you guys want to see Anthony Mackie doing good work? Like he's one of his first movies was a Spike Lee movie called it was Sucker Free City. It's about
so let me rephrase it. He's a good actor. I just don't think Avengers is his forte. I don't think action heroes is his forte. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and one thing I'll say also, just to add to, I mean, this is like a broader. I think like the logistics of making a production during COVID has got to bring the quality down. I would think. You know, just because you have to deal with all this stuff and
maybe.
I think you give them a pass, Frico. I think you giving them a pass.
I've seen some good movies during COVID, man. They came out during COVID. So.
No, I mean, like the content is not as quality as it was pre-COVID. I think.
That's probably why I had a problem with that movie, because I'm not gonna run it.
You got people editing it from home, like they're literally at home like us.
But you can see who has really good acting skills no matter what. The production can be bad, but these skills can still carry a movie.
True.
I mean, if that was Will Smith or what you call it, like I said, Denzel or some of these other actors, man, they'll carry it.
Wild West.
The other show that I was gonna put y'all on was all right, this series it's one of these mini series, just like Queen's Gambit was. So this one's called Lupin,
Oh,
I heard about that.
So it was worth watching. It wasn't my favorite thing ever, but it was more so because let me give out the plot or whatever, the storyline. So he's a bank robber, a thief, not a bank robber, but he's a thief, basically, a professional one. They don't really go into how he got started that much, but it's based off his father is accused of stealing something that he didn't steal, and they frame that his father in jail for. They frame him, put him in jail, and they say he committed suicide when he really didn't, and so he's trying to, basically avenge his father throughout the movie in the process of some other things happening. Um, Good storyline. Some parts are too unbelievable, like like where or really he can do that, really, son. But I don't want to. Oh, the biggest problem I have with the movie. Okay, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna give away the whole movie if I say this, but I am gonna talk about the end real quick. And this was my biggest problem. So his nemesis in the movie, the dude that got his father arrested, is supposed to be some basically the richest man of France, billionaire Frenchman or whatever. Okay, and so towards the end of the movie, this billionaire French guy is trying to catch our main character, the brother y'all saw, and he's got this one main dude that's after him at the whole end of the movie. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself the whole time, because he gets away from that one main dude at the very end, and it's like, hold on, this is the richest mother sucker in Europe, basically, and you send out one guy to get this guy the whole time. I couldn't get over that in my head. So that kind of messed me up. But I would recommend watching it just because it's a brother in a strong lead role. It's done well. It's got some funny parts. It's got some cool. It's got some cool like 007 kind of vibe to it, just because he's very technologically savvy and things of that nature. So he can get himself out of some compromising situations based on some 007 kind of stuff. But anyway, I binge watched it real quick. It was better than that damn WandaVision. Say that. Anything's better than WandaVision.
Move on.
well, one more thing. I'm sorry. One more thing.
Yeah.
How y'all feel about this Mortal Kombat movie getting made?
Again,
Yeah, there's supposed to be a Mortal Kombat 4. They already did the casting and everything.
what's it going to be rated? That's the key.
Ah,
If it's not rated R, I don't care. I mean, if it's rated R, I may give it a watch. But if it's rated anything less than an R, nope.
because I was reading something where they said it's supposed to really focus on like what the Scorpion and Sub-Zero beef.
Where's this coming from, though? Ain't nobody been talking about no Mortal Kombat
I
lately.
didn't know about this movie, and I probably will watch it because of the lack of good content. But aren't they brothers? Scorpion and Sub-Zero. I think they're like long lost. Anyways, I'm gonna watch the movie anyways. It doesn't matter because there's nothing else on.
This is my take on it, man. It's hard to make a video game, what you call it, a good movie. You know what I'm saying? Or it's hard to make a movie a good video game. Mortal Kombat, in order for that to really work, it has to be a very dark movie.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And the game's a very dark game if you really look at it. You know, the way they do fatalities and all that stuff. But
And movies have been less dark.
yeah. But the game is a fighting game. There's no story behind the characters, really.
Oh, there's a story then.
There's a story.
There's a story, but there's not enough of it in the game to really get you compelled to write a movie about these people. You know what I mean? So to put a 2-hour movie together about Scorpion, you will have to, basically make up some shit. You got a good starting point, but
if it's really violent, it'd probably be good.
Now if they made the movie where it wasn't a tournament, but it was Sub-Zero trying to find who killed his mom, and then there was some people obstacles in his way, or somebody sent these assassins to go kill him, and they happened to be the characters of Mortal Kombat, and that might work. You know what I'm saying? But
And he finds out Scorpion's his brother, and then they go take it. take revenge.
What they should do. Here's what they should have done with this. They should have made that into a series. And then all the characters, like there's going to be a big tournament, and that'll be the finale of the series. But each episode, you focus on a different character, like 45-minute series, and then you can flush out character by character their whole story in a nice 45-minute spin, just showing like the major highlights of because they all got sob stories, whatever, in that video game, or because they don't they basically do that in the video game anyway? They summarize each person's story.
Yeah, but they tried to do this in other Mortal Kombat movies, but they didn't get it right. Same with the Street Fighter movies; they were just all garbage.
Because there's too much you're trying to throw in at one time. That's why I'm saying do a series. Then you can take your and if there's a connection between Sub-Zero and what's the other guy's name, Scorpion, then you can have that episode that has them together, or Jax and whoever, and you can show that or whatever. Yeah. But these just straight movies that come out, I don't know.
It's been mismanaged. They mismanaged their franchise, but
I agree with you. It can work. It can work. If they do it like they did Avengers, where they had the Iron Man movie, and Thor, and then
you split. But you don't need to make a movie based off these dudes. That's why I said do the series, and you can have little spurts of it. They're not strong enough. Like you were saying, their stories aren't strong enough for a whole. That's why I'm afraid this movie's probably gonna flop, because ain't nobody checking for the movie just because you get to hear about the Scorpion and Sub-Zero story. Like that's just not. It's not enough. But if it was not enough to sit and watch a whole movie, but if it had to be like 35 minutes, then I'd be like, okay, they're just gonna show this. Okay, maybe I can check that out. Anyway,
the two movies I'm waiting on is the new James Bond, and then for my.
They got new James Bond coming out, son?
You ain't seen the trailer for that?
I've not seen it.
Which one? Nintendo Switch?
No, the new James Bond. The two movies I'm waiting on.
Oh, I thought you meant the James Bond video game. I was about to.
Is that one that my son? He's excited for the Godzilla and King Kong. So
that's another one they keep on doing over and over.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it with my son. We're gonna watch it.
I'm gonna watch the hell out of it.
Yeah, Skull Island.
I'm gonna watch it now because my son is that. Because we all got sons who are at that age. It's a lot of fun to watch that stuff with them now.
Yeah, that one was entertaining though. That Skull Island. I give them that. The rest of them was garbage. And Samuel Jackson, he had me laughing, man.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So
Yep.
Kyrie's crazy butt is gonna lead the way this week because James Harden, as we know, or actually that happened after we spoke last week. So James Harden got traded. I watched the first game on my lovely League Pass. I love League Pass, and it looked Gucci. It looked like we're gonna pass all. You're gonna get it for a little bit. I'm gonna get a little for a little bit. Kyrie, if he comes back, he can have it for a little bit. If we get doubled up or whatever, fling it to the open man. It shouldn't be that hard. Now, the only thing I still say they were better off with that other team. No, here's what I'll say. They were better off with that other team before they made the trade, but get rid of Kyrie and have Harden on the team. That would have been the best squad. This, you know what I'm saying? You need Allen. You need but your boy got they found out LeVert had a growth and we need to find out about that.
I think that was dirty. I think that
but here's okay, yeah.
About that.
You think they knew?
Yeah, hell yeah. I think
I don't know, James, because why would you need to have that kind of procedure or that kind of examination done unless you're getting traded? That's typically the only time you have a physical and stuff like that.
But this is what I don't like about the NBA. They in a lot of ways, but they leave the physical up to the gaining team.
Gotcha.
And the what you call it, the prior team can say, I'm not disclosing no health information. You see what I'm saying? So it I still don't like it though. But
the trade should have got avoided when that happened.
Yeah. But I think if the gaining team didn't catch it, then that's their fault.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because you do your own due diligence.
But I thought they did catch it. They just didn't catch it soon enough.
They closed the trade. And when have you ever seen a trade close so damn fast? That shit like, it was like news
They
one
did
day,
close.
then the next day it was like, oh, he's trading. He was playing so damn quick.
Yeah.
Harden, I've never seen nobody, after a trade play that fast, but
Dirty pool, huh?
we'll see. But
Go back to Kyrie's crazy butt. So Kyrie is out here. We don't know what Kyrie's doing. We know that he's paid for. He's big on social justice. He and his team of white women have been fighting it for. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. James, I'm sorry. They're fighting hard every week to break the stems of society. No, but in all honesty, he's not playing. They don't know what's up. He's supposed to be back. He's not talking to the coach. And I just think this is kind of whack on his part because, all right, you don't want to play. Okay. But at least tell your coach where you stand, because he ain't do nothing to you. Like if the coach and the owner and the GM or people were being foul, they're not gonna understand not talking to him. But why are you gonna leave, this dude in the dark and your teammates in the dark? Or just be real about it and be like, look, I'm not feeling up to it. I feel like, blah blah blah. Maybe he doesn't want to get talked out of it. I don't know. But what's your take on it, James? That's your alumni.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said in the chat when it first broke out, if he's doing something to support what's going on, I thought maybe he was sitting down because of what happened in Capitol Hill and how it was two different Americas, and he's like, "Yo, that's just not fair." And so I said, if he's fighting for social justice, then he has all right. But my take is like you are a professional, right? And you signed your name on a dotted line to do these services for this compensation. And so
they're paying you.
yeah, so you have to honor that. You have to be a man and do what you say you're going to do. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you needed some time away, there's a proper way to do it. You know what I mean? Because these are your employers. I really don't care from a fan's perspective because he doesn't owe us anything. You know what I'm saying? But you do owe your organization. Now, I doubted that. I don't believe that Steve Nash didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think he knew the reason why.
Okay.
So I think Kevin Durant, I think they too close to friends for him not to know. You know what I'm saying?
What's the reason why, James? What is the reason why?
I don't know. I mean, look, we heard today, right? He bought George Floyd's family a home, right?
Hmm?
We heard he was talking to some political people on the Zoom call, right? So maybe Kyrie had some agenda that he just had to take care of, and this is everybody. All the pieces of it was here right now, and they needed Kyrie, and he was just like, okay, I need to go do this. You see what I'm saying? And maybe he just didn't want no publicity around it, and I can understand it. You man, you do what you gotta do. Sometimes you just gotta take care of people, and it's gonna cost you your image for one group of people. You see what I'm saying? But if you had made a promise to somebody, maybe he did, then that's fine. I know something happened to my family. I had to break away. All my boss is getting from me is, hey, I got a family emergency and I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not stopping for nobody else. Boom, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? And you don't like it, you don't like it. You know what I mean? But again, he doesn't owe us an explanation. He owes his team one and stuff and his ownership because they paying his for his way of life. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I give him that respect for buying George Floyd's family a home. You know what I'm saying? And it shows me he just wasn't taking time off and sitting on his ass. You know what I mean? So again, you got to be responsible for what you put your name on, though. So,
Rico, you're not gonna stand up for your Dookie?
Well, I mean, he's a human being. He's only 27. He's trying to deal with the world the same way we are, and he's in a crazy situation. And I just realized he was born in Australia because his dad was playing basketball over there. His mom died when he was 3. So I mean, yeah, that all adds up to some. People are different, and I can't get in his head. I don't know, but I do respect that he bought the Floyd family the house. And I do respect the skills for sure, but I don't know what's in his head, man. I can't even. But everyone's different, and he's lived this. I think like most NBA players live a strange life. He's lived a strange life, and maybe he's being too heady or not heady enough about it in terms of how he reflects on his own life. I don't know, and how he reflects on the experience, the world around him. He's just 27, 28, whatever. So good luck to him. I think, dude, if the Nets have him on board fully, that's a real threat.
That's a championship.
Yeah. But that's
pretty much championship. Yeah.
That's pretty much all I know about.
I still have my reservations about whether or not they can actually D somebody up if they need to. James Harden plays a lot better defense now off the ball, but you can still cook him one-on-one. The same way he can cook you, you can cook him.
but the difference is he can cook cookie.
He can definitely cook cookie until the last 2 minutes of the game.
See, this is why I think they win championship, right? For one, you don't need all three.
You don't have to have the ball.
Exactly. You don't have to have them all on the floor. Like, you can give KD a whole quarter off and let Kyrie and Harden work.
His highlights of the day, KD's.
And vice versa. You can give Harden a break. That's all I always said this about Harden in Houston. He can never come off the floor.
Yeah, that's true.
That team was trash when he came off the floor. You know what I'm saying? Golden State would run them out the gym when he left. You know what I mean? And so now he can really get some rest. He don't got to play 40 minutes every night. You know what I mean?
Steve Nash is a player's coach, and a player coach.
Yeah. Now
he knows how to break up the timing and stuff without doing player days off.
Yeah. I mean, and think about it. Harris don't need to be a scorer. He just needs to hit them big time.
Right?
Nobody's looking for. He had 35 points and KD had 42 tonight. Dude.
That was nuts.
You bring Kyrie back and he drops another 20, 30? Come on, man.
Who are they playing, though? Did you see who they were playing that night?
It doesn't matter, man.
Yes, it does.
Because
yes, it does.
Okay,
yes,
I feel like this thing. Who are they not doing that to? Who is KD not scoring 42 on?
It depends, James, because KD can drop obviously 42 on anybody, but also I think the team that they were playing that night is the team you're gonna drop 42 points on. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
that team. But no, who are they playing? I forgot. So just tell me.
I forgot too. It wasn't nobody.
I'm pretty sure we could have dropped 42 on this team.
but this is what I'm saying. These dudes are so elite that even if it ain't 42, I mean, KD can go for 50 on anybody.
Yep.
Harden can go for 50 on anybody. And so can Kyrie. Kyrie can go for 30 on anybody. But what impressed me was that he did a triple-double.
Yes, it's James Harden. He's going to eat. They went against Orlando. That's why.
So I think they win. If they get to the finals, they're going to be hard-pressed. I don't see a team that can score with them.
You guys see how pissed off Boogie was at Kyrie? He said that any team Kyrie's on is not going to win. Sorry, at Harden, not at Kyrie.
I think KD wills him in. And it's early in the season. It's just way too early.
He was pissed.
It's going to be on Kyrie.
Harden was wearing a fat suit in those pictures during the game.
I don't think it's. I gotta see defensively what they're gonna do before I can say that they're going. I'm telling you, man, I felt so much better about this team if they had Kyrie in that old squad or Harden in that old squad. This squad, the bench is decimated. Like
championship benches, except for the damn Golden State Warriors. LA's
No. But LA had some dudes coming off the bench last year hitting shots for him.
I mean, you got some of his shots, but they were still, if they had to come in and LeBron had to go, if you ever noticed, there was never LeBron and AD out at the same damn time.
Oh yeah, this is true.
That squad was horrendous.
So that's basically it for the NBA. We don't have to dive deep into the NBA this week. Things are still shaping its way up, but the NFL playoffs, of course, was going down this weekend, and we had. You want to go in chronological order, or do you just want to go in big game order?
Man, let's talk about the big games, man.
Okay, let's do big game order. First, let's get into this. Well, we'll start with the Bucks and the Saints because since Drew Brees got sent packing.
Oh man!
And hey, the defense showed up. The defense showed up.
Huh? What'd you say?
Showed up.
Whose defense showed up?
The defense for the Bucks showed up.
Yeah, but him and Jared Cook helped it show up too.
Yeah. So he threw a lot of interceptions.
Cut. Because I mean, I didn't see any of those interceptions that looked like maybe Frico and James. Maybe you can correct me. All those interceptions were mistakes. None of those were like defenses making like big time plays. It was all like, damn,
Better look his age.
threw it right to him. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I didn't mean the defense showed up as if they were rushing them. I just said they had coverage. They covered well.
Okay, I got you.
They covered well, and
But can he throw it?
I think it was a combination of the two because I think he
42.
He can't throw it like he used to, man.
Tom Brady can't either.
No. But Tom Brady got that ball there.
Yeah,
Tom Brady got the ball. So Brady still got his arm though, somewhat.
You can tell he's using everything.
Yeah, but at least it gets it. Drew Brees, he got a water pistol now, for real.
I mean, hey, you can't beat Father Time, man.
Nope. So I'm glad they went home. That made me very happy. I remember, Frico, who did you pick to go to the conference finals? I think I had Green Bay and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Who y'all have again?
I had Green Bay and the Chiefs.
I had Green Bay and the Chiefs too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Get twisted.
Yeah. Who'd you have, Frico?
I had the Ravens because I was being a homer. But
oh, they were okay. Now the excuses come. And then who else?
Out in the Tampa.
Okay, so you're still in there with Tampa. All right. Well, let's go to the other big games before we make our predictions. Now, the Chiefs and the Browns, nice solid game, but of course, the biggest news: Mahomes got his clock clean. He got up, wobble, shake it. Started going back down. They had to hold the man. First of all, should he be playing next week? When should he come back? Should they risk his livelihood to get to the Super Bowl?
Do they call it a concussion, or is it just?
Yeah, they don't
need to call shit. You saw that. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Technically, he is.
What they say?
He's under concussion protocol, but so Andy Reid said that if that did not exist, he would have been back in the game. So he feels good, I think.
Yeah, and that's
what?
Because of protocol, you got to be out for a while after you get a concussion.
Yeah.
But back in the day, you could just come back in the game.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't want that man getting brain dead.
It's definitely not worth his career or his livelihood. And I think that they still don't do enough. Like we saw that hit early in that game, that head-to-head hit on Higgins from the Chiefs. You know, it brings a fragile thing. You know what I mean? So if he feels good and he didn't get a concussion and he was just dazed, and next week I'm fine with him coming back. But ultimately, that's his call, man. If he feels good, he's fine. But if there's any chance of him still having some dizziness no, man, it ain't worth it, man. You ain't got shit to prove to nobody. You MVP, you got your Super Bowl ring already. It ain't worth, man, being Muhammad Ali out here. You know what I'm saying?
Damn sure isn't. Go ahead, Frico.
No, I just say I agree. It's not worth it. There's no
Personally,
there's no helmet. There's no helmet that can change the fact that inside your skull is like an egg that's very fragile that moves around. And this fluid that a helmet can't really prevent.
Hopefully, best case scenario, hold him out this week. The Chiefs make it to the Super Bowl. He plays in the Super Bowl, maybe.
They don't make it.
I think he's gonna play this week.
Yeah,
hell no, he better not play this week, man.
They don't make it without him. They don't make it
Don't
without
do that.
I think that they're gonna somehow bypass the concussion.
Nah, everybody saw that, man. Don't do that. Everybody saw that.
I agree, but I'm saying like
they're not gonna.
That's what I'm saying. It's not going to happen. I'm telling you. Everybody saw it. If he had weeble wobbled in the tent and we didn't know about it, then maybe they tried them. But everybody, that was on the world, for the world to see. I don't think they're going to test it this week.
Apparently, he's pushing the coach to let him play.
Who they playing?
The Bills.
Yeah, he gonna play. He ain't beating the Bills without him.
Too much money involved.
Hey, he shouldn't. He really shouldn't.
I agree with you, but he gonna play. You're not beating.
Let me give you so the spread for that game is still 3 points. KC is the favorite by 3, even with that potential situation happening.
And
so that makes me think that they think that
I like the Chiefs in that game, whether he plays or not, because
it makes me think he's gonna play though, that they have the spread that.
The Chiefs stop what the Bills do. The Bills, what they do best is passing it and Josh Allen improvising and all that kind of stuff. And the Chiefs, that's what they do well against. They do well against improvisers. They do well against the pass. What they don't do well against is the run, which is what the Bills don't do well. So therefore, I'm still giving the pass to the Chiefs. I think that this could be the Le'Veon Bell game. Rock.
That'd be cool.
Get about 15, 16, whatever. If he's been, I don't know, has he been looking good? I haven't been watching them like that.
So many weapons, man, to show him.
He's not looking as good as Antonio Brown's looking on the
I don't want Henny out there throwing too much. That's what I don't want. He already threw a terrible interception in the end zone last game. And
what you call it? If it's a close game, which I think it'll be, he's gonna have to throw.
Exactly. I mean, if it's close and it comes down to it. Ideally, though, I want him throwing it about 25 times at the most.
Yeah, so these games are both tight on the spread. So it's 3 points. Casey's favored, and it's 3.5 points. The Packers are favored.
So it's obvious James has the Bills. If Mahomes, what about you, Frico?
Oh, definitely. Every time I bet against the Bills, I lose.
Could you bet on your scrub team?
No, it's just that KC. I mean, the Mahomes thing is obviously the big X factor, but for the Tampa Bay game, I would take the Bucs getting 3.5 points because I think that's going to be close. Green Bay looks good, but Tampa Bay still has so many weapons.
Oh, I got Green Bay.
Once in a while, they have a defense.
And Devontae Adams just abused Patrick Ramsey. And Jalen Ramsey, excuse me. And dudes don't do Jalen Ramsey like that. Like, he be shutting down number one. That's the only guy that I saw that did Jalen Ramsey dirty this year. And
I think he's the best receiver in the league, to be honest.
Yeah, this year he is. So God knows what he's going to do against. He's going to light Tampa Bay slam up.
I still think Deion Hopkins is better than him. So.
Mm-hmm. Hopkins, I think they're all listening. These two guys are, it.
If you put Hopkins on Green Bay, oh my God.
Jesus.
You don't need that. That's too much. I like them not being on the same team. But yeah, so it's looking like But if Buffalo wins, I'm not gonna be mad because they're fun to watch. They are entertaining.
Yeah,
I think these are going to be two awesome games.
it's gonna be good.
I don't really know who's going to win either one of them. It's going to be fun to watch.
What else we got? We're running on time.
Oh, we right. Hey, perfect timing. I think that's about it for the week. You guys got anything else?
Yeah, let me pose a question. Should black people join the military?
Daniel, you go first.
Well, I felt if I didn't go, I probably would have gotten in trouble because I didn't have a direction at the time. So that's my opinion on it.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Give me your top two, what you call it, advice for if you're going to join the military. If you're a black man going to join the military, that you know now that you didn't know going in.
um, I mean, you know, go in. I guess go in with an open mind. I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. Go in with an open mind, anything that happens, don't take it personal.
That's a good one. You don't get your feelings hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it comes with it. Just suck it up, check it out.
James,
Go ahead, Frigo.
no, I was saying James James also needs to answer his question.
Yeah, I'm gonna answer it.
So before James answer, I was going to put in my 2 cents. I was telling these gentlemen earlier. Personally, hell to no. But of all the dudes that I've personally known that went to the military, they all turned out on point. To be honest with you,
Yeah, I know a lot of solid dudes.
you gentlemen, my father, some other guys were cool with. So me personally, maybe I don't know enough dudes that came out of the ranks, but all the dudes I know end up being solid guys. So I have to say that based on what Daniel said too, like a lot of ways it saves some situations or it saves you from yourself. It's like, but it's like doing a bid, but voluntarily so that you can set yourself up for something better. It's like the opposite of doing a bid, but like the same kind of, you know. Anyway, James, go ahead.
James, before you go, let me just give you from my perspective. I feel like, I'm not black. I'm not in the military, but I just on a corporate level, if you've been in the military, I'm going to look at your resume and treat it with higher respect than another person because of what you guys had to deal with, first of all, and what you had to see, which most people haven't seen, and the level of hard work, and that goes for any race. I'm going to look at them, harder than they're better people to hire in these big organizations. So you're creating a future for yourself. I think that's maybe one positive thing.
That can go against you too.
Yeah, but James, you're doing it right. You're doing it the right way.
Yeah. Some companies won't touch you because you served.
Yeah. But the big ones, they get it, and they just from what I've seen.
Here's my take on it. Here's what I told this group last week. Yes and no, and I lean more towards no, because of what used to be the best benefits package out there. It's kind of eroded, right? Mm-hmm. So when I retired in 2019, I got 50% of my retirement pay of what I made in the military. I get that for the rest of my life. 30 days after I walked away from the military, I started collecting my retirement check. That no longer exists. So now, if you are a young black man, black woman thinking about joining the military, let me tell you something. Daniel can contest to this. You are broke when you're in the military if you're not an officer, right? You are pretty much broke, right? And even in the senior ranks, I wasn't really comfortable, right? That being said, now that you got to invest your own money in this blended retirement program, you have less money, less take home money, right? So that's one thing. Second thing is understand, and this is why I say no mostly for this generation. You have to understand who you are and what branch of service is going to serve you best. And everybody ain't built for the Marines, everybody ain't built for the Army, and everybody ain't built for the Air Force or Navy, right? Third thing, it ain't the commercial. So don't think you're gonna walk in there, motherfucker, it's gonna be glistening.
Hey, how'd you guys let this shit in the ditch? Come join us.
Exactly. That commercial is the most crock of bullshit. That's the biggest lie of commercial on TV. When you raise your hand and you get to that damn MEP station and you get to basic training, the smell, fucking places you just have to sleep and all that shit, it ain't that damn.
Well, I ain't gonna say that. Your basic, my basic wasn't that bad.
Yours are different. You're right. You're right. You was a little bit more plush.
Damn, man. Where's my cap? Where's my cap? Let me put on my cap.
Hold on.
Is James doing it again, Daniel?
I'm talking from my experience, right?
No, because he came in a lot earlier than I did. So
yeah,
I was just saying mine wasn't that bad.
Yeah, my shit was horrible. All right, my first 3 nights in basic training, I slept in a sand pit because we had no more room in the back. We had to wait for we had to wait for some people to get out of the barracks before we got to move into the barracks. So we slept in a sand pit. You see what I'm saying? So it was just a little different. We was on cots.
Like a sleeping bag or something?
Yeah, we was on these cots. These little,
God, the cots, man.
Yeah, we was on these little green cots, and we had like this overhead thing, but it was in the middle of the summertime in Georgia. So it was hot, funky.
Oh Lord!
You know what I'm saying? So
mosquitoes.
Yeah. So you don't think you're going in there and it's going to be all glitz and glamour, right? It's pretty much dog eat dog when you first get in there, motherfucker. And lastly, don't go in as an enlisted person, right? And I'm an enlisted person. People believe in that. Go in as an officer, make your money, have a game plan, and get the fuck out. Because now you ain't staying in there for no retirement. So ain't no point in you being in there, right? And the last point I'm going to make is war is real. Your ass will go, and you ain't got no what you call it, saying it.
I got a funny story about that. So I was 42 Alpha, and I had to pick up the soldiers and then process them and everything, right? Picked up this one guy, and we picked him up and told him he was deploying. He cried on the whole way back to the unit. Deployments are real. So
yeah, you're leaving your family. Might not come back.
It's the truth. We see it all the time, man. People don't think it's a real thing. I had soldiers come to me like I didn't think that I was really gonna have to go. I'm like, no.
Who didn't think? That's the main reason I didn't go.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think I was gonna go neither. I signed up like, I guess I'll just sign up. Never thought, because I got to my first unit within the first 6 months we was out of there.
So you did?
My first 6
months. Go, did you?
No, I went. They put me in a unit that was getting ready to go. After that, just yeah.
So you did go?
Yeah, I went.
He said his first 6 months he was gone.
Mm-hmm.
And where did you have to go?
Oh, all right. Camp Victory. We had we was help shutting that down. So.
Okay, I was there.
Was it what you expected?
I had fun. I ain't gonna lie. I had fun on my first deployment. So
he went in.
My first and only deployment. I had fun.
See, here's the difference. Camp Victory?
What made it fun?
I helped Bill Camp.
Wait, James, I'm just saying. Let me do my Robert Walters over here.
I mean, we got there. We got hit a couple times. We got bombed a couple times. But
Wait, that's the fun part?
No. I mean, at some point, you're like, oh, okay, we'll get bombed. But like, I did a lot of working out. I did a lot of eating. I did a lot of playing, running, exercising. Like I like it.
It was almost like the opposite of WandaVision, huh?
Yeah. It's the little things. Like if you shouldn't complain about it. Like there's little things you can do that'll keep you going through.
I respect that. If you realize that how it was actually not too bad, that's not a bad thing. I mean, were you like swimming in Saddam Hussein's pools and shit?
Nah, yeah. I didn't get to do all that.
That was us, man.
Oh, yeah. How was it?
No, just swimming in the pool, man.
Random lions walking around.
See, the difference is I came in 1999.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in the Army before the war had happened.
Yeah.
Clinton was still president when I came in, and then Bush won that bullshit as election. You see what I'm saying? And they all said, "Oh, we going to war." So I was like, "Man, I ain't going to war." I didn't think I was going to war because we had been at peace for so long. So when I came in the Army, I was like, "Hey, I'm cool. I'm gonna do my 4 years and I'm gonna bounce." Lo and behold, man, I was in Oklahoma, and I got this little y'all don't get them no more, but it's called a microfiche. I had this little paper, man, and it says you have been selected for a Germany deployment. So I was like, the fuck? I said, I ain't going to, all I thought about was Hitler. I ain't know Germany the way it was what it was. And so my NCO told me, he was like, nah, man, you going to a unit that's stationed in Germany that's getting ready to go to fight in Iraq. So I was like, why the hell they got to send me to Germany to go do that shit? You know what I'm saying? So I ended up going to my unit, and 6 months after I got there, I was gone. I went to the NCO Academy there, and then they sent me to war. And I remember calling my mom, and I was like, yo, Mom, I'm really about to go to Iraq. Like, I was there for shock and awe and everything.
Jesus. Man, for both of you guys, I can't even imagine.
So I tell everybody, hey, especially in this day and age, I don't think you should join.
Yeah.
Because as long as they talk about Iran and all this other shit, you don't want to go. I mean, when he went, it was already built up. You don't want to go to a war where you got to build everything from scratch. You got to have that burn pit. You got to burn your shit, and you eating eggs out of your hand because you know what I'm saying. There ain't no table and there ain't no fucking trays and shit like that. You just eating this shit. So you don't want to do that shit. But yeah.
Well, James, you convinced me. I guess I'm not going to war.
I
guess I'm not going to be joining. I was thinking about Daniel. I was thinking about it today. Maybe I should join the Air Force.
No, I would tell you, if you do anything, join the Air Force. Because they don't.
That's what my dad always said.
Yeah, they don't really go. They just send their fighters over there. So they fighter jets. So they don't really go, and it's probably the most comfortable lifestyle you're going to have out of the 4 branches.
Yeah.
Even when they deploy, man, they put up some nice stuff, man. You join the Army, man, that ground and that rucksack gonna be your friend.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my take. That's what we got for this week. Anything else, fellas?
Take that on the road with you, people. Take that as learn vicariously through the actions of others. Yeah, and then, like you said, man, it's a different time, people. It's looking a little strange out here. Clouds don't look right, all that kind of stuff. It's just the sky's not, now's not the time to be doing that.
2021 is the time to be separating from your family, so it ain't looking that way anyway.
Yeah, 2021 looks like it's about to be a biatch starting on Wednesday. So we'll see. Hopefully, next Monday we'll be able to say that the inauguration went fine. Nothing happened. All those idiots who were planning on doing stuff got caught, and life will go on. But we know that's not gonna happen. But we do know Fire Optics will be here to bring you the latest on the development. So y'all be easy. Peace out.
Yeah, everyone be safe.
All right.
Everyone.